Okay, so now we're going to get into a student system. We're going to create students and manipulate students through our Spring Boot interface. So this is the same thing we've been doing, Java, Maven, or Maven, Java Maven 3.5, Spring Boot, Spring Web. You definitely want Spring Web. You definitely want jar. I changed the name of the artifact and I changed the name of the group. I'm not going to show you this every time until it changes. Okay, so I'm going to generate it. Student system one. And then the next time I generate it, um, it'll be because something has changed. But we can go from here all the way until we get to validation. So I'm going to stop the recording and get it ready, or pause the recording and get it ready for our next part of the demonstration. Okay, so here's the student system opened. Not very exciting. I just copied it, moved it somewhere, and we have this application. Just like we did before, we're going to go ahead and create a controller. I'm going to name it based on the object I'm going to be working with. So I'm going to say student controller. And I just want to annotate it with the rest controller. So this will pick it up as something that's going to map requests to responses. Okay, awesome. All right. So the very next thing we're going to do is we're going to create a student class. And I'm going to create it using the typical view of a student. Um, we go year. We'll have a double GPA. Year here means it's designed to be, freshman, senior, sophomore, whatever. Okay. And then private int, or we're going to go long, because you almost always should use long in these types of situations. We're going to have a student ID. Now, notice I didn't actually do anything here. So we're going to go ahead and insert the code, getters and setters, and I want getters and setters for everything. Okay, great. Then I also want to, while I'm here, create an equals and a hash code based only on SID. Okay. The last thing I want to do is insert a string method. The string method is just going to allow me to keep it simple, print it out, right? Nothing exciting. I generated all of this. Okay. Now in our hello world, we created a just a simple endpoint that um, returned a string, right? So what we're going to do here is we're going to return a student. And this is going to be the fake get student. I'll explain in a minute. We're going to randomize a student here. We need a random number generator. And we're going to return S. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and do it to it. Now, you can have a 4.0, so we're going to be a little off here and say 4.1. Okay. That should give us a number that's 4.0 or less. Um, no, you know what? Let's leave it. Yes. Won't actually produce it, but that's fine. Hmm. The way this would work, we'll do the randomization later. right? We're not going to do it now. We're going to do some really simple, just creating a fake one. Okay. And this is going to be, we'll just use my name. And we'll say he's a senior. And there's 5 fields, right? SID is the only one that's not. This one's a lot easier. We want a 5-digit maybe, right? A 5-digit year, and we're just going to return it, right? Right. Then we're going to do a get mapping here, and the get mapping we're going to get is a fake. Yay! All right. This is where things get a little bit more complicated, but not really for us. Okay. I have to open, I'm going to pause because I have to open my, okay. So now we have it started. Doesn't seem to be any errors, so the get mapping looks okay. I didn't give you a bad get mapping. So here we go. Let's go ahead and do it to it. So first, the hello world was the one that popped up. It's not there, but fake should be there. And wait a second. Name, CS, senior, SID's 5 digits. Okay, great. The GPA is 3.5, something or other. Wow. Okay. And you go, wait a second, what's going on here? Okay. We talked about it, but we didn't go into much detail. The REST controller is going to automatically take whatever it gets as a response and turn it into a web response. And so by default, that's JSON. Remember the JSON, right? We I think we talked about JSON. I'm going to double check, but yes, turns it into JSON. And here you go. You see your brackets indicate this is an object. Then you have fields name, major, year, SID, and GPA. In between after the field name, you have a colon indicating its value. And those are values, name value pairs are separated by commas within it. Okay. So if it's not in there, that's what I just did. Okay, but that's kind of a, stupid answer type thing. Right? Right. What do I mean by stupid answer? Okay, so look at this. It's a fake student. It's going to generate a different fake student every time. If I refresh the page, it's going to go get me another one. And this is going to be only the SID and GPA are going to change. But look, they're changing every time. Right? That's dumb. That's not really doing anything. Why would I do that? I wouldn't, right? This is just to show you that it translates automatically into a real, oops, I forget the at. All right, I want to show you something, some failures, things that I did not do before. Okay, it's going to fail. And you go, wait, what? It does not have a annotation, right? You see the annotation? Annotation's there, but there's nothing to declare. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to return public student get real student. But we have to have a real student from somewhere, right? Right. But what we can do is this is just a class, just like a normal class. It's nothing special. We can have a constructor here, right? And then we can have fields, right? Hold on, I have to go private. Equal 1 equals new student. And then let's set the fields here. I'm going to set the name to be me again. Um, there's no reason not to, I don't think. I'm going to set the major to be, oops, here I'm going to set it to be computer science rather than CS. I'm going to set my GPA to a 3.0. I'm going to set my major, set my name. I'm going to set my SID to 5 digits. I'm going to stick with 5 digits. There's no reason not to. And I'm forgetting one. One dot set year. And because I did this already, let's say junior. Right? Yay! Now I should return one. Okay? Let's watch what happens when I do this. Okay? So we have the fake, right? Obviously. And I'm going to copy it. I'm going to paste it here. Press thing. And we get the fake again. Okay, great. It's going to produce a new one every time. Let's change it to real. And you see the fields that I put in the real one, and it never changes. Why? Because it's always going to return it. And that's what we're going to do in the next example. This is subsystem one, so we're going to do another example in just a second. And what that one's going to look like is it's going to actually have a list of students. And we're going to work with the list of students. We're going to get a student. We're going to get, well, actually getting one student is hard. So we're going to do getting different lists of students and show you what that looks like. And then we're going to work with getting a specific student and then sort of passing parameters. We'll talk more about that as we go along. And then finally, we'll modify things as we see fit. And we'll show you what that looks like. All right, thank you. But this is the first set of examples. We're going to go into the second set of examples in just a second.